Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and thanks everyone again for tuning in for another one of our amazing chats. And let's remind you before we get going on today's chat that we would love for you to we would love for you to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification down below if you don't want to miss any of our chats. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yay!
So, what tea am I drinking today? I am drinking, and this is funny, I'm drinking Earl Grey tea, and I've had this before, but what's really weird is my son, he's very observant, and he goes, he's 17, he doesn't really drink tea, right? He goes,
Right.
I grabbed something from the cupboard the other day. He said, I've done it twice, and I'm putting hot water into it because we have an instant hot. And he says, how do you make it so that it's drinkable? Because it's too hot for me. And I said, what did you drink? One of my teas? He goes, yeah. And I said, something gray. I said, Earl Grey? He goes, it's not Earl Grey. It's early gray. And I'm like, what? He goes, read it. It says early gray. Early gray.
Oh, wow. Why do we always call it Earl Grey?
Because it is Earl Grey, but this is called early gray.
So it's different.
So I was saying
organic.
Earl Grey the whole time. He is so observant. He goes, why do people call it Sex in the City when it's Sex and the City? So
He's very smart.
observant, very smart. But that's what
Very
I'm drinking.
smart.
My early gray tea that I made aware of. It's not Earl Grey, it's early gray.
Yes.
But cheers anyway to everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers. And Gloria is going to tell us what she's drinking.
Yes. So I decided to try something a little different. So I am drinking, and I have to move it very slowly, get it close.
I just see ancient stuff. You're completely gone. No, completely gone, dear. I can't even see you now.
That's because I'm trying to get my moringa. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Moringa.
Finally.
So this is moringa, and it's moringa for life. It will relax your mind and nourish your body with soothing moringa tea. Remember, it's for life. And it is just moringa tea leaves, 100%. No licorice, no lemon.
I don't even know what moringa is. Don't know what moringa.
All I know is that it is a natural herbal tea, caffeine free, and like I said, it relaxes the mind and nourishes the body. So it is supposed to be very healthy, conscious tea.
Okay, and it's for life.
So I decided, let's try it.
Okay, you let me know what it tastes like. Cheers again.
Cheers to you too. It has like a little earthy. It's just an earthy taste. So I'm doing it all raw, natural, because I don't put a lot of things in it. In the future, I'll probably add like a little lemon, because it's also lemon is soothing for me too. So I love my lemon, so I'll add a little squirt of real lemon.
Earthy meaning it's not what I'm quite used to.
Yes, it's a different taste. It was a different surprise. It was a
So you're not quite sure. So I'll have to disguise it with a bit of lemon.
Yes, because I will drink it again. My girlfriend said that moringa is very good for detoxing too. So
all right, that's great.
Yes. So today we always like to kick our chats off talking about Ellen. Ellen always reminds us to be kind to one another and to listen to one another. And as times are very strange right now, because I've had people start talking about spring breaks, and I'm like, spring break? No, we're just getting the numbers down. No spring break. No. So please be kind to one another, listen to one another. So we're going to talk a little bit about two of my favorite people, and that is Harry and Meghan. And the last time we shared a link with you to the beautiful picture of their announcement that Meghan is pregnant with another child. And I'm very excited about that. And they came out and said, with all the royal duties, we're done. And, I've had some people say to me, oh my God, who do they think they are? How can they just turn their backs on their family? And I'm like, I would think, and this is just me, I would think they're not turning their back on the family. They're just not going to be part of that royal circle. Because I didn't realize this, Rosetta. I knew that, Prince Charles is next, and then Prince Williams is next, and then Prince William's children. And then I thought it would be Harry. No, it's Harry's children and then Harry. So why would you want to be chased around by paparazzi when, it's like a very slim chance you'll ever be king or queen?
Well, I see that what he's doing, and my thought on all this is that, yeah, it's really weird that Harry doesn't get to become prince before his kids do, which is very odd. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure it doesn't make
Right.
sense to a lot of you, but you would think it would be the parents and then the kids.
Like
But
Prince William,
yes,
it's Prince William and then, the
yes,
children.
yes. So I don't know, that blows my mind. I don't really understand that. Don't know and not sure why, but there it is. But I think that they made a bold move, even though that Harry's not going to be, king anytime soon. In my lifetime, he's not going to be king. He still has to protect him and his family because, over William, a lot of people, he has a better rating. Him, Harry, and Meghan, they have better
Yes.
ratings than Prince William and Kate, which is sad to say, but I think that people are more drawing a much more deeper affection to Meghan and Harry because I believe that Meghan and Harry I relate to them more because I think they're more down to earth. They're like normal people, right?
Right.
And
Right.
they've just gotten so much more press, and it's sad, but they've got to protect themselves, just like, what happened to his mother. So they got to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And
Right.
I don't think that William has gotten the same kind of attention as Harry and Meghan has. So
No.
so whatever they need to do to protect themselves and keep them safe and happy, I'm all for them. We still see them in the press, we still see them in the news. Like we announced last week, they're having their baby number two. So
Yeah.
they're not going to be MIA anytime soon. Not that
Yes.
I know of. People still want to talk about them. They're still celebrities in my eyes, still royal family in my eyes. And the Queen still
Absolutely.
loves them dearly. She really does. She still loves
Yes.
Harry and Meghan.
Yes. I love that. And I have always been closer drawn to Harry. And I don't know if it was because I just love red hair. He was kind of like he never, fit into the box of this is what I have to do. He would do his duties, but he always did it his way with his own flair. So Harry, you do it your way. You protect your family and don't worry about it. We will all still love you. So it's all good. We also wanted to take a quick moment and send our thoughts and prayers out to Tiger Wood. He was in a very, very serious accident yesterday morning. Based on what I've heard, he was in a SUV. He was in Southern California to do a sort of hanging out with the stars. He was with Dwayne Wayne, and they were playing golf on the golf courses. And, it was sort of like a celebrity event. And where the accident occurred, because there were no skid marks. So it wasn't like, he was, he hit the brakes real hard. And his vehicle flipped over many times, and police and first responders decided not to take him out of the car. They waited for the fire department, and they lifted him out of the car, and they took him to the hospital. And the concern is that his legs have fractures, and it's not like just one little snap or one crack. It's multiple fractures. They've reset all of that, and he I think the word they used was like his ankle, it just splattered. So that means that,
Oh my God.
lots, yeah,
That
lots
sounds
of little
awful.
bones. And so what they do is they try and fuse everything back together. And so he has pins and screws, and, as a person who has screws and things like that. And when I did my knee in 2012, they put these pins in my knee, and, to hold everything together. It hurts. And a lot of people are really concerned about his career. And I'm like, I'm not worried about that. I just want him to have a good quality of life. He was just getting to where his back wasn't hurting so bad. And now this. So we send you our thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. It's going to be a little hard, and we know that. However, we know that you are a GOAT when it comes to golf. You are an amazing man when it comes to being a father. So hang in there, Tiger. We're with you all the way.
Yeah, we're sending you our positive vibes, and we don't know exactly what happened because they never really told us all the details. But as soon as
Yeah,
we
they don't
find
know
out,
yet.
yeah, we
No,
don't know. We'll let you know if we find out.
yes, we will. So, we love us some Wendy Williams. How you doing?
How you doing?
So Wendy has been doing something really cute. She has been sort of like doing her own version of the dating game. That is a show that was on years and years ago. And what happened is they would have a contestant, either male or female, and they would be on one side of a podium, and then they would have contestants on the other side. And one person would ask these three individuals a questions, and someone would pick the one that they thought they had the most connection with, and then they would pay for them to go on a date. So Wendy has 9 guys that she's been, chatting it up with. She has gone on record and she told them she wants them to take her on a date. She wants them to fly to New York. She wants them to pay for the date. She wants them to pick her up like a proper date at her place. The guys that she's considering are Christian, Tyrone, Julian, who I like. I like Julian best of all. Jeff, Marcus, Rodney, Sean, Hardone, and Mike. The reason I like Julian, we know Wendy is a tall girl. Wendy is 6'2", I think, with heels. And granted, since she had her, what is that? She has a
Fasciitis?
condition where she can't wear pumps anymore. She's
Yeah.
been wearing sneakers. However, she's still a tall girl. And what I love about Julian is he's 6'7". She'd
Wow.
have a whole lot of climbing to do. You know what I mean, Rosetta?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
so we don't know how all of this is going to turn out. We're going to watch it, and then we're going to let you all know. And if you've got your favorite, comment down below and let us know. Who do you like?
So is this a show that comes on regularly? Because I know it from way back in the 80s, but I don't remember it coming back.
Oh, no, it's not back. Wendy's just doing this on her show because she's like, I'm single now. Her divorce,
Oh,
she went through her
okay.
divorce. And instead of, it's not like she said, it's not like she can go to the club. So where does she meet someone between her show and her home? Because that's about it. Or
Nowhere.
she'll get in her car and she'll have a driver drive her somewhere to pick up some food. She's not out there. So how does she get to meet someone? So she's going to do it her way with the dating game. I'm
All
sure it's
right.
going to be a
I'm gonna
full production.
definitely gonna watch that because I do record Wendy. Just haven't been watching it lately. But I will be getting now you told me I'm gonna be back on that and to see what
Yes. And
happens.
yes, and we will let you know, and we'll let you know if we think the one she picked was the right one or not.
Yeah, we will.
Yes, we will. So, girls and guys, because lots of people love this show, Sex and the City. So, we were told initially it was going to be without Kim Cattrall, who plays Samantha. Then they started coming out and they said that the guy who played Mike, Miranda's husband, no, his name's not Mike. What is his name? What is Miranda's husband? Do you remember? The bartender.
No, because I never really got into it, Sex and the City.
Okay. So Miranda's husband was supposedly out. And then it started sneaking that Mr. Big wouldn't be in the show. So then the fans started saying, well, if Mr. Big's not in the show, why come back? You know, Carrie hung out and chased that man for 8 years before he proposed and 8.5 years before they got married. So you're going to go through all of that. And like one commentator on one of the local chat channels, he was like, so what you're saying is she's lost him again? And I don't know if I would want to watch it, you know, like, is Charlotte going to be with her husband, Harry? You know, who else is coming back? So we don't know a lot of the details about it. We'll just keep an eye on it and let you know. However, I think his full name is Chris North, is Mr. Big. He posted a picture on his Instagram account of a fox stuck out in a bed of snow. And it's like, now everyone's going, does that mean he's going to be on it? He's not going to be on it. So if they wanted the hype, they're getting the hype. People are more interested in what's going on now.
I don't know. I always find that when they do these, they bring back renditions of old sitcoms back in the days or any shows like Friends or whatever they do. To me, it always seems like it doesn't do as well as when it was first running or aired back in the days when it was popular, because it was popular back then. Just to me, I think they should leave it as it was and let us have some good memories of Sex and the City when it was, and try not to bring it back, because you always end up, like you said, people are not going to, like, all the actors and actresses are not going to stay with the show. They have other things they're doing, right? So it's not going to be
Right.
quite the same. Yeah, so to me, I think they should just let it be and we'll have good memories of what it used to be.
Excellent. Well, you know, Rosetta, I am still perplexed about Bachelor Nation. As I've shared with you, I have been just shocked at the producers of this season, the things that they're doing. And as you and I both know, there has been all types of controversy. Well, the latest is Chris Harris has stepped away. He's not going to be on the final after the show. There's several previous Bachelor and Bachelorettes who have said things like, if he was the host of like Bachelor in Paradise, they wouldn't do it. I mean, his comments, and the easiest way I could express it is his insensitive comments has caused people to think that he has been putting on this big facade of the type of person that he is. He says that he's sincerely sorry, he apologizes, and it's kind of overshadowing Matt James and the decision he makes, because there's a young lady named Rachel, and she's the one that I've liked up until a lady named Michelle, who is the teacher, showed up. I liked Rachel. I think Matt likes Rachel more than anyone. I don't know if Matt knows about all the drama that's going on right now. Because like he'll just take Rachel and, you know, he'll go, come with me. And then he'll have someone serenade them. You know, he'll put her in a car. He does things a little bit above and beyond. This week they did the hometowns, and Rachel, her hometown was a skydive, and she fell and hit her whole face. She said she had more dirt in her mouth than she's ever had in her life. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. I hope he likes Michelle, the teacher, because for her hometown, she had her kids on a Zoom. It was the cutest thing I had ever seen. And they asked him questions like, do you like our teacher? Are you our teacher's boyfriend? Are you going to marry her? Or are you going to propose to our teacher? And I really thought that was very, very cute. So what do you think about all of this drama?
Wow. Yeah. So the thing is that all this about Chris Harrison had not come up until after all the taping. So obviously he's in all the shows because it's
Right.
already been taped, and then they show it much later after it's been taped. But I don't know what's going to happen, and it's really odd because you see these things happening with Rachel, like she was at a gathering many years ago and they had, dressed in a certain way. So I don't know how that's going to, you know, I feel that Matt James is very authentic, and I don't think he appreciates anyone, not just women or anyone, being disrespectful to any culture or race. That's how I see him. He's very authentic, and he
Right.
just has morals, and I feel that because he doesn't know what he doesn't know, all this hasn't come up until after the taping. I'd be surprised because we don't know who he picked. He's down to the last four, so we have no idea. Well, the last
Right.
three now, right? Because Serena left, and
Yes.
don't know what's gonna. Well, I really I don't know about Serena. I had doubts with her anyway because I never thought that the relationship was that strong, even though he thought the relationship was strong.
Yeah,
So
she didn't. She didn't feel it.
he didn't feel it when she went to hometowns, and she thought that she might feel some different way, but obviously it ended up that she didn't. But there you go. The three, it was so weird because when they came down to the last three and he told them Serena has decided to go home, I thought that they would only have two roses
Right.
and one of the women would be gone, but he kept all three. So what was
Right.
the point of even having the rose ceremony? Does I
Well,
know.
at the beginning they had said that he was going to go down to three, and I kept thinking, don't you go down to two?
Yeah,
So
didn't
once
understand
again,
that.
they're kind of breaking the rules. I mean, I'm not a Bachelor person who watches every season. However, I know when what was her name? The one that Claire took over for, I mean, that took over for Claire, she had three.
Tasha.
Tasha, until the very night before, and then, she had to make that hard decision. So I guess three is the norm. I always thought they went down to two, and then after the hometowns they went to two, and then those two is when they do the keys, where you get the
Oh,
overnight
the
stay
fantasy suites.
in the hotel room.
Right, right. The
Yes,
fantasy
yes.
suites. Yeah, I didn't know. They've changed it up. This season is unlike any other season. And I really want to know how it's going to play out because at the end of Monday's episode, they showed an upcoming show of the reunion of the girls, right? And I wonder who's going to host that because I know Chris Harrison's
Oh,
not going to. So it has to be someone, right?
right. And it's got to be a strong individual because Queen Victoria is going to be in the house.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Actually, I don't really like watching those like reunion shows, but I'm looking forward to
Right.
this one because they call her out on it and she needs to be called out because nobody ever said anything until the end. And she
Yes.
denied it all and she thought she was so innocent. So I'd love to see it. I can't wait. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes. So if you have some ideas and things you'd like to share, please comment down below. Let us know what you're feeling, what you're thinking. And we can't wait to chat with you next week about this because it's going to be quite a lively conversation, I'm sure.
Yes, it
So
is.
just wanted to give you all a yoo-hoo. Just wanted to give you all a quick reminder that Sunday is the Golden Globe Award show. So check it out. We are going to, I know we're going to be shocked about new who the winners were, because a lot of us have not had the opportunity to go to the movie theaters or to stream the movies. So we have no idea why these people are nominated. So we'll have a lot to chat up about that.
I'm sorry,
Um,
I'm laughing because
people,
you're going frame by frame. Technology, sometimes it's great and sometimes it's kind of slow. So I'm just looking at you and it's
oh, am I moving too fast?
a bit delayed. Slow-mo.
Yes. Yes. So people in Colorado got a little bit of a surprise. There was a United flight that took off from Colorado, and almost immediately one of the engines caught on fire. And the way the engines are housed is that if there's a malfunction, it is kept within the housing so that the parts don't fall out all over the place while the plane is flying to a destination where it can safely land. Well, they have these planes, they're Boeing 777. We want you to know that, because if you go to the airport and you're getting on a flight, the United flight or any flight, you can say, what plane is this? And if it's one that you don't feel safe getting on, you can make arrangements and take a different plane. The FAA has actually suspended all of the Boeing 777 planes from flying right now because they're on a trend of having malfunctions. So I haven't, prior to this, I hadn't thought about, like getting on a plane. However, now it makes you stop and think, because I would think it's COVID, they shut us all down. I would put everything into dry dock and start going through and, cycling through, updating, making sure that all of my planes are, like I'm a cruiser, Rosetta's a cruiser. I would think that all of the ships should have been taken out of the oceans and dry docked and cleaned up and ready so that when we can get back out there, they're going to be good and ready to go. So I'm very sad to hear that these Boeing planes had not been checked.
Well, I don't know even if the cruise ships are doing that, and I hope you're right. They should do that. That's a really good thought. They should
Yeah,
all go to dry dock and just be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized.
yeah. They've had a whole year, instead of trying to get us back on them, they've had a whole year in which to do something about it. And, I think here in San Francisco, we have the Princess Hub. So that's one of the nice things. We don't have to get on a plane to fly to get on the ship. We can just drive up, park, and get on the ship. And there was the Grand Princess. When COVID hit, the ship that got COVID and had to stay out in the ocean for a period of time was the Grand Princess. Now, I have heard that they have completely taken it out of circulation and they have replaced it with a new, bigger, better ship.
Wow, so they're
However,
not having it come back ever?
my understanding is it's not coming back ever. They've gone from the Grand Princess to the next ship in succession, and
Wow,
that
because
will
that was a
become
ship
the
I
new
went
ship.
on. Wow, that was one of
Yeah,
the
me
ships I
too.
went on. The Grand Prince,
Me too.
or was it the Grand Princess or the Grand Diamond? Diamond Princess, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I was on the Grand. So the Grand has been taken out of
Oh, the
circulation. It was
Grand.
the
Okay.
oldest. The Grand was the oldest ship. And it was starting to have problems because on my last cruise, I was walking one day. I used to do laps. That's how I got my exercise. I would go outside and I would take laps. And I'm walking and it's all water, but there was water on my head. And I thought, what? And I looked up and a water drop I was like, oh my God. And I know it was from the condensation and all of that because the piping where I was, the section of the ship. However, if you got leaks, you should fix them. And I guess the management decided it's just time to move this ship out. They'll probably sell it to a smaller line, and then they'll fix it and put it back into their fleet. However, the Grand Princess is now not out of San Francisco. We will have a new ship. So I'm excited to see what is that ship going to be.
Nice. I'm excited because I love cruising. For a minute, I thought
I
you
do
meant
too.
Diamond Princess is out of commission. Because
No.
that's the one I went on when I went to Japan. No, because Diamond Princess put a lot of money into redoing it and making it slightly like Japanese style for the Japanese cruising Japanese cruise
Nice.
on the residents. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice. Nice. So we'll keep you attuned because we both like to cruise, and you never know. We might go on a cruise together with our husbands and we'll be doing our video
Oh
on the
my
water.
God, Gloria, I love it. Let's do it. It's make a good
I,
plan. We would love to do that.
I
Oh
know.
my God, could you imagine going on a cruise? Oh, where do you want to go, Gloria? We have to figure it out.
I know. Even if we do like a little one, if we do the it's called the Southern Coastal, where it goes from here down to Santa Barbara, and then it goes into Canada and it comes back. We could even do something like that. It's like 7 or 10 days, before we hit the big ocean.
Nice. Wow. That's great. You'll see us videoing.
That's right. And we'll let you know, because we'll take our little camera outside so that you can see the beautiful ocean. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Something to look forward to. Everyone, be on
Yes.
the lookout. Be on the lookout.
Yes. I'm sure a lot of the people, I'm originally from Louisiana, which is right next to Texas, and I have lots of family in Texas. The weather in Texas has just been, I mean, almost speechless. It has been colder in Texas now, last week, than it has been since 1901. That's cold. Um, Typically, yeah, because it is a southern state, it gets a lot of heat. However, it's not too far off. There's a coastal line to it. And normally the 20s is cold. Well, they got, like seven single digits in Texas, and the snow and all of that. And the homes are not built for snowpacks. So the snow was getting up on the roofs. The pressure was cracking the roofs, falling with the insulation through the drywall. Homes were being destroyed. People were taking their possessions and breaking them up and burning them. A young boy, I think he was 15, lost his life because he froze due to hypothermia. I mean, it's just really, really sad. And as bad as that is, the I just can't think of a proper word to say for them. The politicians of Texas are, going, not my fault, not my fault. I didn't do it. It's someone else's fault. And I guess they're not regulated by their electrical and gas companies. So people are already devastated. And then they're getting $1,700 bills. And if they had automatic payments, they just took the money out of their accounts.
Wow. For not even having any power.
That's right.
It's
And even
crazy.
those that had power, they did what they call rolling. So they would have power for, say, 4 hours, and then they'd take it off for 2 hours, and then they'd roll it back on for 4 hours, things like that.
Well,
I
I heard
I
people are
mean,
taking the snow and they're heating it up on their outside gas grill so that they can boil it to get all the
yeah,
bacteria out. That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, even as of yesterday, they told them, do not drink the water without boiling it.
Yeah.
And here in California, we have to wrap our pipes. I guess they don't wrap their pipes. And so, I mean, when those pipes got cold, they cracked. I mean, people were in line to get water in addition to drinking, but water also so that they could flush the toilets.
Wow.
Very, very bad. Very bad.
Wow. Well, we've
So,
always talked about this and we don't want to go into it, but global warming, everyone.
yep. And the scientists are saying that is exactly what happened. That is exactly what is happening here in California today. We're going to have a nice 70 degrees. Now, we've been in the 40s and 50s up until this week, and now it's warm. However, they're like, don't get too excited, because tomorrow we're going to go back into the 60s. So the weather is just bouncing. I mean, normally it would take you, like, say, a week of progression to start from like 60 to get to 70. And now we can go from 50 to 75 in one day. Very different.
Odd. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I've said it all. So, not going to say any more.
All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about doing our COVID update. Um, I thought that President Biden did a tribute on Monday.
Monday.
Monday night, to honor the loss of lives. And he, because he said, I don't want us to get so jaded that those numbers don't mean anything. He said, so every day he gets a card. He took the card out of his jacket and he read, on that particular day, at that particular moment, we had lost 500,070 lives, American lives. And he's like, I don't want people to just go, oh, it's just a number. It's so high, it's so mind-boggling, it's just a number. He goes, because that means 500,070 individuals are no longer with their family. They're no longer having meals with their family. And that, to have a compassionate president, that just really touched my heart. And they had, he had them place 500 candles, one candle for every, 100,000 individuals, so that it would be the 500 would reflect 500,000.
Right.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And what I loved about his speech was that he's so the thing with Biden, he's very relatable because he actually goes out and touches the real lives. He was talking about his experience with one person. He said, because I think their loved one was in the hospital, and he was saying, can I go and talk to him? And I guess the story was that he wanted to say, can I even call him? Because my father's too weak. Right. On the phone. And he said, what I would like for you to do is to pray for him.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like so touched by the genuine sincerity of Biden. It's amazing how, because he knows the sheer devastation that it causes a family when your loved one is sick in the hospital. Doesn't matter from what. Obviously, this is from COVID, but this is how it's touched people's lives. And how you can't have a meal with your family anymore. You're missing out. It's just, it was an amazing speech. And if you haven't watched it, we will put the link below, but you can always Google it. But it was an amazing thing. And you'll have it right below in the description, so you can just watch it. And it's not that long. So it's nice.
It really touched my heart also, because I always believe too much is given, much is expected. And how do you say that you are a God-fearing individual and yet you never talk or express God? How can you let your behavior cause loss of lives? They started talking a little bit about, spring break. I mentioned that earlier. And people are playing what they said last year, the young people. And they were like, well, it is what it is. Whatever's going to be is going to be. And I always think to myself, how would you feel if you said it is what it is, and then you turned around and someone that you know and love passed away because of your unconscionable behavior? I don't think anyone, I don't care how cocky you think you are, when a person is close to the end of their life, you don't want to have anything to do with causing that experience. And you want to lift them up and let them know how much they're loved. And the one thing that I can say to everybody all over the world, especially Americans, because our loss of life numbers are just astronomical. Other countries, we used to be the leaders. Everyone wanted to grow up and be like us. And our behavior with this virus and our behavior with the rollout of the vaccine, you do your way, I do my way. There's so much controversy going on. It's really, really hard for another country to say, I want to grow up and be like the United States. And I want people to know that the reason that we're the United States is because we are united together towards a common cause, the elimination of COVID-19 from our lives. So please, if you're thinking about booking a flight to Florida, which I hear is the hot spot because they have no regulations, please be careful, wear your mask. You can party and wear your mask, Might be hard to social distance, even though I heard one of the law enforcement officers say, don't come to Florida, because if you come to Florida and you try to get on the beach, we're going to arrest you. I hope they can do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah, I hope they mandate that, because people say a lot of things. A lot of states say a lot of things and they don't mandate that, which is sad, which is very sad.
Yes. So we've talked about a lot of things today, and we're going to talk a little bit about, I have to admit it, I have not been a person that followed all the seasons of the Kardashians. However, this would be their 20th season, and it's also going to be their last season. They are going to start on March 18th, and that will be it. Now they say they're going to go off the air. I don't know. I
Well, they're
think if
not.
anything, they would probably do something different. And then yesterday, Rosetta, I heard something that blew my mind, because everyone's talking about Kim and Kanye are getting a divorce,
Yep.
and they've been talking about it for weeks. Well, Kim got a lawyer and she filed,
Yes,
so
I
it's
heard
moving.
that. I was shocked yesterday. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Finally,
did you?
right?
Yeah, but did you also hear that Kim and Kanye's combined wealth is $1.2 billion?
Oh, I did not hear that. Wow.
Yeah,
1.2 billion.
yeah.
Wow.
If you had that kind of money, why would you come back onto social media? Why would I mean, I would be so done. Me and my children, we'd be done.
Well, I don't think that's how they're going to be, because Kim, you know Kim, she's not like that. She likes to be in the media. She likes to
Yep,
be in the spotlight. She loves her Instagram. She posts every day. I think that that's what
yep,
fuels her to do what she does, because of the fans that she has. So I don't know. No, that's what she
yeah.
does.
I,
So
I think some of it's going to change though. Yeah, I think some of it's going to change though, because they showed a picture yesterday of the kids. They're getting bigger. You know how when your child is small, you can do whatever you want. When
right.
your child starts to get to, like 10, and they're like, Mom, are you going to wear that outside? Mom, why are they showing your butt all over television? Mom, why are they talking about you? I mean, it's because, see, the thing is, it stops being about just her and her life and how she makes her money, to how that is going to affect her children. And her
Yeah, because
children go
she's
to
always been in
school.
the limelight. And I believe that Kourtney Kardashian, and I did not
Yes.
know this because he doesn't even seem like it, but Kourtney Kardashian is the oldest of the Kardashian sisters. Who would have
Yeah.
known, right? She doesn't seem
Yeah,
like it
because
because
she's so quiet.
she's so young looking and very, yeah. So she's a bit more conscientious about that, because she doesn't really have her kids so much in the media like Kim
Right.
does. And when
Right.
when I do watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she is more mindful of the kids and she wants to spend more time with her kids, and she wants to do
Right.
things with her kids more and her family more, and not be so much in that whole, social media. I mean, she does, obviously she does social media,
Right.
but not as much as Kim and
Right.
the other Kardashian, Kylie and all the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she's the one who started. It's probably been maybe a year and a half. It was probably in 2018 or 19 where she started, I'm done. I don't want
Oh
to do
yeah.
this anymore. You
Yeah.
know, having Scott as her children's father, he is one hell of a baby daddy. He brings so much drama. I was looking for some information about the whole family and how many seasons there were, and I was like, it's been on 20 seasons. And I used to always think one show per season, and a friend of mine said no, it's two per. So 20 seasons is really like maybe 10 years, and I was like,
10
okay.
years.
Yeah. So all of that's going on, and then I'm your makeup girl and Rosetta's your health girl. So we were also thinking, they are worth a lot of money, and a lot of that money came from the show and their notoriety to the world. And then most recently, they started getting into the makeup world. I think, who was it? Kim. I
Kylie.
think the first ones to do it was Kylie and of course Kim. started looking into the makeup. The Kardashian show, which started with Ryan Seacrest, it was just supposed to be a one-time thing. And so over the next season, they're going to talk about that evolution, how they went from nobody to now being everybody. Everyone follows them. So if the girls say to you, to the young girls, not to an old girl like myself, I'd be like, what? However, like if she said, there are these cups that they use in acupuncture, and she would say, go get a cup and suck it to your face. And voila, you have a new look. A lot of young girls would go and buy that suction cup and suck it to their face and try it.
Yeah.
And Kylie made $1 billion off of lipstick. And one of the things I found that was very interesting is in 2017, when the rumor came out that, you know, everybody's like, we think she's pregnant, and we think that Travis Scott is the dad and all of this. Kylie's doctor told her that she wouldn't recommend her using her products because of the ingredients. Rosetta and I are very big on ingredients. So it's really important that you always check things out before, you know, it's okay to listen to someone, but verify the information. So Kylie's doctor in 2017 was Dr. Jacques Moritz. She's an obstetrician and a gynecologist in New York City. And she told Kylie that 2 of the products from the Kylie cosmetic line were unsafe to be used during her pregnancy. One was the bronze eyeshadow palette and the Ultra Glow loose powder highlights from her vacation collection. They both had aluminum in them. And, you know, when you hear that, you think aluminum. You know, my brain, you know, I'm just a down home girl. So I was thinking, you know, Rhoda said, I'm like, aluminum foil? Why would they crunch up aluminum and put in it? You know, and it's just to let you know how toxic things are. There are lots of things that are in products that we have no idea, because as a consumer, we typically believe if you go to the store to purchase it and it's in the store, it's safe. And
But
that's
it's
not
not
always
safe.
the case.
And it's not safe. And I
No,
don't know why. So if the doctor's telling Kylie that she should not use it, is Kylie taking note and actually telling the public that if you're pregnant, do not use it? This should be something, this is on her shoulders because this is her product line and it's her Kylie makeup. So I'm wondering if she's actually telling people, and I have a feeling she's not.
right. I haven't seen anything in my searches that would say, you know, like a little caveat that says not recommended during pregnancy.
Yeah, so she needs to do her duty and actually tell people, warn people, just like any other product. Like if you're whatever taking tobacco or something, it says, not for pregnant, blah, 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 all that alcohol not to be consumed by pregnant women. So it's kind of concerning. Hopefully she has that on her package, but we're never too sure
Yeah.
because you haven't seen it. We'll have to do some more research on that. But
Yeah.
if it hadn't been for her doctor telling her, would she have known? That's the
Right.
million dollar question, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And just so you all know, aluminum is a chemical element. The symbol you will see on products is AI, just like artificial intelligence. And the atomic number is 13. Aluminum has a density that's lower than those of other common metals, at approximately 1/3 of steel. So you think about a piece of steel and aluminum, and that's something you're rubbing on your face or on your body. Aluminum, if you notice, is in deodorants. You have to be very, very careful. Antiperspirants, it'll say first ingredient, aluminum. And just so you know, when you're looking at things as a manufacturer, you are to list by highest volume. And what that means is whatever the product is made up of. So let's say lemonade. When you pick up a bottle of lemonade, if the first ingredient is sugar, that means they put more sugar than they do water or lemons. So you would think number one would be lemon. So just kind of think about it that way. So aluminum has a great affinity towards oxygen. thanks to which it forms a protective layer of oxidized on the surface. Aluminum visually resembles silver, both in color and in texture. So we know that that's in there. And there are other ingredients inside of the products. So the first thing you do when you pick up anything, like when I go to the store and I'm looking at teas and I go, okay, I got my little box of tea here. See that little thing? That's the ingredients right there. That tells me what's in it. It tells me all of the contents. And that little bar, there are some products now that have QR codes, and you can scan the codes and it will tell you the manufacturer, when it was manufactured, where it was manufactured. I'm a label reader. So when I go to the store, I'm not an in and out girl. I used to be. I used to just go in and pick up stuff and leave. Even at Whole Foods, I would just go in, pick up what I need and leave. Now I take my time and I read because I want to understand what I'm getting. Because like if I purchase something and it says, I see the American flag made in the United States, then I know it's regulated by our laws. When I see something that comes from, say, Ecuador, because there's lots of foods that come from Ecuador, I know they're supposed to be grown to our standards. However, how do I know 100% that they are? So it's just food for thought. And I think when Rosetta goes to the grocery store, she's like me because she is also like a personal shopper. So she has to read the ingredients.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. That's a huge topic of mine. I do teach people how to do smart shopping. So I do smart shopping as a service. But yeah, Gloria's right. I do teach people about ingredients, what the ingredients they need to look out for. And I explain to people different ingredients. I actually go through the ingredients, say what it is, if it's good, if it's not, what is this ingredient? Because a lot of people don't know. And sometimes they say that, well, a lot of times you've probably heard people say, don't buy ingredients that you can't pronounce. That is
Yes.
actually partially right, but partially not sometimes because I've done a lot of research and I'm very curious. So sometimes I'll just Google some ingredients that I don't understand, and it's actually not bad for you, even though you can't pronounce it. It's like, oh, this is the long term,
Right.
because you have to remember a lot of times the FDA, they want you to write the full name of the ingredient. And sometimes it turns out to be in Latin, some funky name, but it's just real natural stuff. Or it could be something that's, oh, that's all it is. So there is some truth to
Yes.
that, but then some of the ingredients you have to Google to figure out what it is.
Yes. So read your labels. That is our recommendation to you. And our last story of our conversation today is, of course, about Ellen. Take it away, Rosetta.
Yeah, I will. I love it. So this is really inspiring because, as you know, me and Ellen are big fans of raising kids the right way into productive, kind human citizens. And she aired on Monday. She featured a mother and daughter, and the daughter's name is Ariana, 3 years old Ariana from Boston, Massachusetts. And why did she
Yeah.
feature her? She featured her because she's been a sensation on TikTok. Huge, huge, huge viral. It went viral, her
Yes.
video. And why did it go viral? Because her mom videoed her doing her daily affirmations. Now, I don't know. I do know some adults, not all adults are doing affirmations, but I don't know any child doing affirmations that I know of. I mean, more and more kids are nowadays, but I'm amazed at this 3 year old. She's 3 years old doing her affirmations. And what I really love about it is this is how it goes. She'll ask her mom to help her. And this is how it goes. Her mom goes, A is for, and she'll say, A is for, let's see what she says. Awesome. A is for awesome. I
Awesome.
am
Yes.
awesome. B is for,
Right.
that's what her mom says. And Ariana will say,
Right.
beautiful. And she go, I
Beautiful.
am beautiful. Then her
Beautiful.
mom will say, C is for, and she'll say, creative. I
Yes.
am
And
creative.
creative.
And her
Yes.
mom will say, D is for, and she'll say, dynamic. I
Yes.
am dynamic. And she
Yes.
really is dynamic. She's an amazing girl. And her mom is a social worker. And the reason why she started doing this is because she realized so many girls that she's come across have such low self-esteem. They really need to have that affirmation, positive affirmations. So she started doing this with flashcards, and that's how she got into it. And I really love that Ariana says she loves doing it because it makes her happy. Ellen said,
Yes.
"Why do you love doing it?" "Because it makes me happy." And then Ellen asks, "What is your most favorite letter?" And she goes, "B." And Ellen goes, "Why is it?" "Because it makes me happy, B, as well." So
Yes.
it's amazing. And then Ellen goes
Yes.
on to saying, "So we know that, what is it that you want to be when you get older? Do you know?" And she said she wants to be a doctor. That's what she says. So, Ellen, as we know, she loves to give to all the people that she highlights. And she goes, "Yes, we got you a little gift." And they open the double doors, and she gives her everything, like it's toys, but it's all round the theme of doctors.
Yes.
I didn't really get to see exactly everything. I'm not sure if you saw that, Gloria. I don't really know exactly what it was.
It was just so much. I mean, it even had a little picture of her
Oh,
as a
yes.
part. So she, I mean, because at first she was like, she's sitting, she's a baby, and she's looking like, oh. And then her mom tells her, she goes, do you see everything? And she tells her to say thank you. And she's like, oh. And then she looks at her mom because she sees her reflection. That's what got the, oh. I thought it
And
was so
she's so
cute.
happy. She was so happy after that. She was so
Yes.
joyful. Yep. Yep. So that
Yes.
was an amazing story. And for all you mothers and parents watching there, we always say it stems from top down. Be the
Yes.
example for your child that you want your child to be a kind, just a
Yes.
happy, kind, positive human being. And it's great. I think that's a really great story. And thank you, Ellen, for highlighting Ariana. Because of you, we would not, we now know of this amazing girl, but if it hadn't been for you, we would never have known, right?
Absolutely.
So good
Absolutely.
for you,
Ellen, you are a
Ariana.
girl.
Keep it up, thumbs up, and we love you.
Yes.
She's so
Yes.
cute. She
Mwah.
really
You're
is.
so brilliant. You are beautiful. You
Yes,
are creative and you
yes,
are dynamic.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Well, Ellen always ends her shows now by saying, I feel the love in this room. I send it out to you. Go out and share it with the world. Rosetta and I, we always feel your love. We're so grateful that you spend some time with us in our videos. We'd love for you to chat us up down below and let us know, what do you like, what don't you like? Would you like us to flip it a little bit? Would you like some mini videos? We've got lots of time being still sheltered at home.
Yes,
So
we
you let us
do.
know how we can be of service to you all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And don't forget, we are Silicon Valley Girls Chat over tea. Don't forget, we have our teas here.
Yes, we do.
Been
Yes, we
drinking
do.
that.
We are the
So
tea girls. Yes,
we
we
love our
are. I
tea.
have
So
it.
yes, we love our tea. So if you know of anyone that makes teas, you make tea, you have a tea shop, gonna remind you, we would love to sample your teas and we would love to review it because we're all about
Yes.
tea, tea, tea. And thank you everyone for tuning in for another Silicon Valley Girls Chat over tea. Thank you so much. And what do we say? Remember
Remember
to
to
always
always
keep
keep
smiling.
smiling.
Take care now. Bye bye.
Bye.